The man was horrified to find that his body was covered in bruises every time he woke up. To get to the bottom of it, he refused to drink the milk his fiancée brought him that night, suspecting she was poisoning him. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, his fiancée sneaked into his room. The man pretended to be fast asleep. Once she confirmed he was unconscious, she immediately had a burly man drag him out of bed and beat him for a full half hour. What shocked him even more was that all this was a conspiracy between his own sister and his fiancée, aimed at avenging the adopted son in their family. It turned out the man was a gifted painting prodigy, the most promising candidate to win the painting competition. But on the day of the competition, he was in a sudden car accident. Not only did he lose the ability to move, but he also fractured both hands and lost hearing in his left ear. He could never pick up a paintbrush again. He thought it was just an accident, but one day he accidentally discovered it was all plotted by his sister and fiancé. If he couldn't compete, their adopted brother would take the championship.
Ren, we are best friends. Friends are forever, men come and go. I know you love Kelvin. You're about to marry him.
They claimed that the adopted brother had saved them from a fire years ago, and they had to repay this life-saving grace. Little did they know that the man they'd schemed against was the one who'd actually risked his life to save them. Betrayed by his closest relatives and left permanently disabled, he was overwhelmed by despair and wanted to end his life. Just then, a phone call became a turning point in his fate. It turned out a medical research institute had learned about his situation. They developed a drug that could regenerate broken bones and were a suitable test subject.
Why me? Because only the broken can truly rise from the ashes.
The day he was discharged and returned home, his adopted brother hurried over to shower him with concern, then announced to everyone that he'd won the competition. Little did he know this championship had almost cost the man his life. Seeing his sister and fiancé only had eyes for the adopted brother, he wanted to go to his room to be alone. But the scheming adopted brother followed him, provokingly saying,
Kelvin, now that you've become like this, do you think Ren will still want you?
What do you mean?
The show's about to begin. Kelvin, no!
He never imagined that the other party would go so far as to throw himself down the stairs to frame him.